great. You have fun with the singers. Lovely Callahan. On violin and vocal, Dan Myers. Julie Duchek Myers right there. Marie Ann Jaime. And Jeff Hussein on the vocal. Sinise on the bass. Thank you, everybody. We had fun tonight. This was fun, huh? Everybody feeling good? Good way to start the weekend? So, a couple of things. Take a look at my foundation website, the Gary Sinise Foundation. We're helping the USO out with this one. So I've got a great long-term relationship with the USO, and started doing shows, as I said, back in 03, 04, right around in there. And then I started supporting so many different causes after September 11th, different military charities, and going all over the place, playing concerts, and been all over the world, and eventually all of that sort of manifested itself into the creation of the Gary Sinise Foundation, which is to serve and honor the needs of our military and our veterans and our first responders and their families. Extraordinary people serving our country. I've just been inspired moment after moment after moment, day after day, by the people that I meet. Some very, very difficult things, obviously, in our Gold Star families and our wounded and those who have been hurt. Is she okay? Oh, she said Lieutenant Dad? She's a small child. She's learning all about Lieutenant Dad. I've just met wonderful folks in the military, and I appreciate what you do so very much. And as I was saying earlier about our Vietnam veterans, I have Vietnam veterans in my family, on my wife's side of the family. Her two brothers served in Vietnam, and her sister's husband was a combat medic in Vietnam. And I have veterans in my own family. My grandfather served in World War I. He drove an ambulance in France in the Battle of the Argonne. Very, very, that was hard. And then World War II, my two uncles, Uncle Jerry and Uncle Jack, both served. One was in the Navy, Uncle Jerry. Uncle Jerry served on a landing ship tank. It was the landing ship that came into the beaches and unloaded the tanks, and he was a part of the invasions of Iwo Jima and Okinawa. My Uncle Jack served as a navigator on a B-17 bomber over Europe, 30 missions over Europe. And my dad served in the Navy also. I have a sister-in-law who served in the Army, and her son is currently serving in the Army right now. So a lot of veterans around me. And that's where it starts with me. But after I met my wife's brothers, and they taught me a lot about Vietnam and what it was like to come home from war to a nation that was divided, and how they were treated when they returned from home. Back in the late 70s and early 80s, I started to try to do what I could in the Chicago area to support local Vietnam veterans groups and trying to help them. And then, of course, I played a Vietnam veteran in Forrest Gump, and that was a great privilege. Having family years who served in Vietnam and having supported Vietnam veterans in the 70s and 80s, to be able to play the Vietnam veteran in Forrest Gump was a great honor and a great privilege. And I saw that as a way to just give a little something back, because what happens to Lieutenant Dan in that story is very positive. Of course, he serves his country and he wants nothing but to serve and to be a great military man. He gets that taken away from him when he is injured, and again, the Vietnam War, it was a very difficult time. So while not all Vietnam veterans came back and went through the same things that Lieutenant Dan did, there were those who fell into the shadows like he did. But through the friendship of Forrest Gump, he makes his peace with God, and he is standing up at the end of that movie on his legs. He's successful in business, and he's moving on with his life. And that's the story that we want for every single warrior coming back from war.